How's it going, guys? Nick from Spear Channel here, and we have a big day here in Florida, which is Lobster Mini season starting up tomorrow. It is a 2-day sports season that starts before regular season begins in August. And this 2-day sports season is specifically for recreational people. It's huge for the state of Florida, but specifically Southeast Florida and the Keys. Has a massive economic impact on the local communities. So it's a really awesome event. So we'll start off with all the junk I've got around me here, which is what I bring when I go out lobstering. First off, you're gonna have a wetsuit of some sort. I like to wear a full suit just so I'm not getting stung on my legs or anything like that, or getting sunburnt on the back of my legs, back of my neck, so on and so forth. If a wetsuit is too thick for you and it's hot here in Florida and you don't want to be sweating, opt for something thin like a little lycra skin or whatnot. That'll do the job just fine. Definitely want to have a good pair of cut level 5 Dyneema gloves. Many manufacturers make these now. Absolutely important to have. You shouldn't be lobstering without gloves, or else your hands are going to be all torn up. Good pair of booties to go along with your fins. Make sure everything fits properly and that you're not getting blisters the whole day, because it can be a long day out there. I like to have my weight belt with my belt reel on it. I like using this clip because I am a snare guy. And yeah, I know all these folks out here, especially the guys in California, are gonna be like, oh, just grab them with your hands, don't be a pussy. I like using the snare. I think it's minimally impactful. It's great for deep ledges and holes, pulling bugs out without making a huge ruckus. So I'm a snare guy. That's what I like to use. Also, make sure that you've got your lobster gauge with you. You're measuring the carapace properly, should be 3 inches, and make sure you're doing it in the water. Double check those lobsters, make sure they don't have eggs either. Those are some very important details. Moving on, obviously got my mask, my snorkel. I also like to bring a lobster hotel out there, so we don't have the boat anchored up. We're constantly moving and the boat is, circling us, making sure everybody's safe. I don't like having to go up to the boat every time to toss lobsters in, because we work as a team. You should be diving with buddies. And so when you're working as a team, find the lobsters, one person goes down, other person's holding the hotel. They get their lobster, shove it in here, hold on to that. You go down, dive, get your lobster, so on and so forth. It's a little bit more efficient, quicker for you to get things done, right? I also like to bring a spear gun with me, something small. This is a little 110. I like a small spear gun because during lobster season, you're usually in shallow, unless you're a scuba diver, and you're probably gonna see stuff like hogs, grouper, mangrove, and mutton snapper. And for the most part, a small 110 will be just fine. Very important detail. I see a ton of dead hogfish floating around every single year. If you're going out and maybe you're not as experienced or you're not as great with your fish ID or sizing a fish, just don't shoot them. Don't pull the trigger, right? I see so many, 12 to 14 inch hogfish dead floating around every single mini season. Super sad. So make sure you recognize the size limits. So hogfish have to be 16, your muttons have to be 18, your mangroves have to be, I believe it's 10, and your red grouper are 20 inches, your black grouper are 24 inches. So make sure you abide by all those rules and regulations, in addition to not just your lobster, but your fish that you might be spearing as well, because you're also probably going to get stopped out there by FWC. So shout out to them for keeping people honest. And gotta have a dive flag. Make sure it is the proper size dive flag. It's a large flag. I believe it's a 24 inch. That is the standard for a boat. Don't go having the little 12-inch floating one sticking up in your T-top. You need to have a large dive flag up in your T-top, visible for everyone to see, to be safe. And if you're a boater, please respect the dive flag and don't go up within a couple feet of people, stealing their spots, checking out what they're doing, whatever. There are boating accidents every single year, as well as free diving accidents. So please be careful out there. Remember, the important thing is going out and having fun. So go out, have fun, be safe. The lobsters are a bonus. And remember, it's 12 per person here in Broward County and most of the rest of the state of Florida. Down in the Keys, it's 6 per person per day. So abide by those rules and regulations. Be safe and enjoy.